You want to raise money for your startup, but you haven't put anything into the deal yourself, at least not that you could convince investors that you've put anything into the deal. You've got no investment, you've got no assets, you've got no skin in the game, and you're going to ask others, hey, could you invest in my deal and fund 100% of my great new idea? That's going to be a problem. I see this exact same scenario every day, trying to help businesses finance and grow, both with clients, people that call me, people that are looking for investment from me. Picture this, the entrepreneur, you're an entrepreneur and you've worked for a year on a project. You've developed some product, you've paid vendors out of pocket, you've paid expenses, travel, and going to a conference or whatever. You've put a bunch of time into it and you haven't paid yourself for that time. You've built intellectual property, IP, or at least you started to do that. Maybe you even generated a little bit of revenue. So what do? You decide to start a company. Hey, this dream, this idea, this is becoming real. Let's start a company. Let's raise some capital. Let's make a business out of this. And what does your opening balance sheet say? It says zero everywhere. There's no assets. Maybe there's a few liabilities for accrued expenses or something like that, but it's a new company. There's nothing. So you're going to the market with nothing. And what do you think happens? The investors are thinking, hey, why have you put nothing into this? You want X million dollars from me. Why have you not put in a matching amount? If you don't believe enough in your deal, why should I be the one that's funding your whole project? They don't see any commitment from you. Why am I funding the entire thing? You feebly reply, I've got sweat equity in this deal. I did all this work before I met you. And what happens? The deal falls apart or you get creamed on valuations. That's what's going to happen in that situation. So what's the solution? Well, part of a solution, it's not perfect, but as part of a solution to this common problem is to reframe the discussion from, I don't see anything that you've done and you're putting into the deal, into how much is the work that you already done? How much is that worth? What is the valuation? See how you reframe that discussion? So what you should be doing is documenting all that work you did before you went to market, value it, put a number on it, and then create a transaction to sell or vend in that prior work into the corporation. Here's an example. You've created products, preliminary know-how, not patents, not trademarks, but you've developed the know-how, you've created an idea. Put all that into a document. Just document everything in detail professionally, the hours you spent, the IP you've created, the know-how you've created, the expenses you've incurred. And then when you've done that, sell all of that, sell basically everything on that document in a real purchase and sale agreement to the new company. Do a vend-in and document it properly. You can use AI to create that document and do it at a number, a valuation that is fair and that is reasonable. Okay, you don't want to be crazy about this because it's totally related party, and you want to do it in exchange for shares of your new corporation. You want to use a tax-free rollover in whatever jurisdiction that you are in, because you don't want to incur tax on this transaction. But now what you've done, I'm working on one right now where we valued that prior work at $3 million. And so we're going to document it, sell it to the new co for $3 million, issue $3 million worth of shares. Nobody pays any taxes. But now the balance sheet says what? The balance sheet says, hey, IP, $3 million. And now we go to the market, we're looking for $3 million on that deal. And what has the discussion changed to with these prospective investors? Well, the discussion changes to, where did that number come from? Well, it's our best estimate of the IP that we purchased from the founders of this company. Isn't that related party? Of course it's related party. That's totally true, but it is our best estimate. Well, I don't think it's worth 3 million. Maybe it's only worth 2 million. Okay, right? It becomes a discussion on price, not a discussion on whether you've made an investment in the deal or not. It is change your prospects of raising capital. I guarantee you that it is way more persuasive than you think.